Welcome to Body Weight for Beginners. I'm Stephanie Connor and I'm going to walk you through a very quick, simple, easy body weight routine that incorporates a little bit of weights to get you started. I want you to do this 3 times a week, and you're going to do this routine 3 times. So 3 sets all the way through. Okay? What you're going to need for today is obviously good comfortable shoes, comfortable clothing to work out in. If you do not have a step like this one, you can go ahead and not use a step. I'll show you how to do it without the step. And then you're going to want a set of 3 and a set of 5-pound weights, or a light weight that you're comfortable with for a couple of the upper body exercises we're going to do today. As I go through each exercise, I'm going to walk you through how to make sure that you're doing the exercise right. Because here's the thing, form is the most important step. So if you get the form right, the exercise is more effective. If you do the form wrong, you're likely to incur an injury. If you're like me and you like to keep track of your workouts, make sure that you do that on whatever device you're using. I'm going to go ahead and start my smartwatch now, and we'll get started. First exercise is just your regular old squat. So I'm going to turn to the side here. One of the things that you want to make sure that you're doing is that when you squat, your feet are hip width apart or shoulder width apart, that you're perfectly stacked straight up and down. You're going to want to tuck your pelvis, so squeeze those butt cheeks together a little bit, and you're going to come straight down and not let your knees go over your toes. We're going to do that 20 times. Ready? 1, and at the top you squeeze, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5. I'll keep count so you don't have to. 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you squeeze at the top. Get full range of motion. 11 from the exercise. 12. When you squat, you don't have to go all the way down. You have to just make sure that you're engaging, that you're not putting the weight in your toes. This is 13 and 14, 15, 16, the weight should be in your heels. You should feel this in your quads. 17, in your glutes, in your hamstrings, all this back here. 19, and 20. And yes, I have a cold, so lucky you. Okay, next exercise, we're gonna go through lunges today. So let me move my step out of the way. So here's the thing about lunges. You want to make sure that when you lunge, so we're going to do what's called a forward lunge. So we're going to step forward into it. When you lunge, you want to keep this part of your body stacked and tall so that you're just dropping into the lunge. Okay, we're going to do 10 on each side, but we're going to alternate in between. Ready? Right leg forward and drop. 1 and 1. 2 and 2. And yes, I'm out of breath because of my cold. And that's 3. And I like to keep my arms up, and that's 4, so that I can keep my upper body up. So one of the things you don't want to do is lean forward into it. You want to drop both knees at a 90. That's 6, and 7, eight, That's 9. And, whew, you feeling it in your legs yet? I know I am. 10, good job. Take a moment, catch your breath, get a sip of water. All right, next thing we're gonna do is incline push-ups. We're gonna do 10 of those. So you can do it one of two ways. As a beginner, it's really important to know your limitations. If you can do push-ups completely on the floor from your knees or your toes, great, that's awesome, start there. If not, if you need a little assistance, then you're gonna wanna start with incline push-ups. You can start on a wall where you're up high. You can start on a window ledge where you're at a little more of a slant, or you can use the step. I like to use the step because it keeps me stable. So I put my step up as high as I'll go. I stack as many feet under it as I can, as I own, because that allows me the space to then continue to progress. So I had a neck injury about 4 years ago that makes push-ups really difficult for me. So that's why I do incline push-ups. But for those of you who don't have a limitation, go ahead and start from your knees on the floor. That works great too. So I'm gonna come down, nice wide push-up. Let me turn a little bit more towards the camera so you can see. And then right to the knees. You want to be on the top of the knees, not on the kneecaps. You want to tuck your pelvis and you want a flat back. Now I have a bubble butt, so it's not necessarily going to look as flat to you. And here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is really good for your upper body, your back, your upper back, your chest, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Keep that pelvis tucked, keep your back straight. If you need to pause, go ahead and pause. And pause this video anytime you need to catch your breath. That's 10. Done. All right. Next thing that we're gonna do is plank. So the thing about plank is that everybody does things a little bit differently. The thing about making sure that you're in a proper plank and you're engaging your whole girdle, let me catch my breath for a second, is that you keep that pelvis tucked. Whether you do your plank on an incline or you do it on the floor from the knees or directly from the toes, whatever your strength level is, you want to make sure that you keep that pelvis tucked in and you engage those lower abs. If you don't do that, you'll feel it all in your back. It'll be incredibly painful. You'll start to have back issues. Let's avoid that. Let's strengthen it. So you're going to start with a 15-second plank, and each week you're going to add 15 seconds. Okay, so this whole week you're going to go ahead and just do 15-second planks throughout your workout, and then next week you're going to go up to 30, and the week after that you're going to go up to 45. So you're going to slowly increase. If you notice that you're still struggling at 30 on week 3, then that's okay. Stay at 30 seconds, because you're just, every time you do it, you're getting stronger. Even if you can't hold it the whole time, you're getting stronger, and that's the key here. That's why you're doing this. So I'm going to watch my watch. We're going to go ahead and we're going to drop down. I'm going to do it from my knees. You can do it from your toes or from the incline if you'd like. You can use your step. I'll show you real quick how that looks. It's going to be just like your push-up. You're going to come up to the top. You're going to come all the way to the top of your knees. You're going to hold in high plank on the incline. And you're just going to engage those lower abs. Or you can do it from your elbows. I like to do it from my elbows. Gives my neck a break. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop down and go. And we're just going to hold this. Make sure you tuck that pelvis nice and tight. Your elbows or your hands should be directly under your shoulders, and you should be shaking just a little bit. And we're almost done. That's 15 seconds. So if you can do more than that, do more than that. The beautiful thing about dumbbell rows is that they're targeting this whole section and this whole section of your back, right? So if you don't know what a dumbbell row is, I'll show you real quick. So I'm going to use my step. You can do this standing. I'll show you both. I'm going to use my 5-pound weight. If you've never done these before, use no weights or the lightest weight you have, okay? So from standing, it looks like this. You're gonna bend forward. You're gonna kind of push your hips back. One hand is gonna go on your knee, and the weight in the other hand, that weight is gonna hang forward. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna drive your elbow up to the ceiling. You're gonna hold it. That's one, okay? That's from standing. If you have a step or a bench or even a ball, you can use an exercise ball, you're gonna put one knee down on the bench, on the step, however that looks. You're gonna kick this other leg back behind you to stabilize you. It's like your kickstand. You're gonna let this arm or this weight, actually, I'm gonna do it like this. Both knees on the bench, it's easier on the ground. And then I'm gonna pull straight up to the ceiling, okay? That's one. All right, you ready? Let's do this. And we're gonna do 10 on each side. 2 and 3. The key here is keeping your spine straight. 4. You wanna squeeze that elbow up to the ceiling, and you wanna squeeze, feel that squeeze in your chest, in your lower, in your upper back, in your lats, in your shoulder. And that's 7 and 8. Tuck that pelvis, squeeze those abs. 9 and 10. And then you're just gonna switch sides and do 10 on the other side. And then I'm going to switch to standing and turn the other way so you can see. Here we go. And hand on the thigh. Here we go. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that tummy in. 6. Elbow up to the ceiling. 7, 8, 9, and 10. The key with this exercise is to get the form right and to keep it out of your neck by making sure you pull your tummy in and you pull that elbow back and you pull that right to your side. Keeps it out of the neck. You're not engaging your neck. So remember, if you feel it in your neck, stop, reset, go again. Okay, we're gonna keep those weights in hand and we're gonna do tricep kickbacks. If you notice that you can do more weight with the row than you can with the kickback, that's okay to swap out your weights. Go lighter, go heavier, do what you need to do, but really stay in that super light weight range. Going more than 5 pounds in any of these exercises right away is likely to cause what's called an overuse injury. And that's because you did an exercise wrong, with wrong form, I should say, over and over and over again, and it engages the wrong muscles and it strains them and pulls them. So stick with a super light weight to learn these forms. Once you get the form down and you know how it should feel right, then you can increase your weight when you get stronger. So I'm actually gonna go with my 3s. We're gonna do both arms at the same time, and we're gonna do 10 each, okay? 10 total. So this is what the form should look like from the side, right? Feet hip width apart, dumbbells ready in hand, and you're gonna kind of hinge forward, keep a flat back, and you're gonna bend those knees just a little bit, not over the toes, okay? Make sure those knees don't go over the toes, because as soon as they do, you're likely to injure your knees, okay? And so here we go. First thing you do is you row them up, you pull the weights kind of up in your armpit, right? Sit back in those hips, and then you just kick them back, and you pull till you can squeeze at the top, right? That's 1 and 2. Keep that tummy tucked in. 3 and 4. Keep that spine straight, back flat. 5. Make sure you squeeze that top there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful job. Good job, good job. Okay, this last exercise, we've got one more and we're done. This last exercise is called a quad limb raise. And it looks a little funny at first, but here's the thing that we women specifically need to work on as we age, right? So not only do we need body weight exercises like these, we need a little bit of dumbbell weight, right? It helps with bone density and osteoporosis and all the other lovely things that women face as we move into the aging years. But balance is crucial. So you always want to make sure that you do the legs, the upper body, the core, we did with the plank and the push-ups. But then we need to do balancing exercises. So this quad limb raise is going to help you with your balance, but it's also going to help you with your core. So basically what it is, all fours, right? So we're going to get down on all fours. Make sure I'm completely in the frame here. And move my weights out of the way. Okay. Here we go. All fours. Knees under the hips, hand under the shoulder. You're going to start by lifting the left leg and the right arm, okay? So it's going to look like this. You're going to either take it out straight like this, if you don't have the balance yet, and you're going to hold that, or you're going to raise, okay? So if you're ready to do the full quad limb raise without modifications, this is what it looks like. Starts from this position and we go out. 1 and pull it in, and 2 and pull it in. If you're not ready for the full one, then you slide out here. If you can do this part here and stop here, then do that, okay? Here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One side down. Ready to do the other side? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you're done. So here's the thing. I want you to repeat this. This first week that you are learning these exercises, I want you to do this set of exercises 2 times through. And once you get stronger, I want you to do them 3 times through. All right? I hope that helps you get started on the strength training in your fitness routine. Have a lovely day.